Jeremiah Craig here. Today we are talking with Jose Diaz of Yeehaw Cowboy.com, and I am so excited to start this conversation with Jose. All we got to do is just wait for him to request to join the stream, and we're going to get going. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Hey, Jose, how's it going? Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Man, I got a bunch of questions to ask you for this, and I'm so excited to get into it. I want to start out though with your origin story and how you got into selling cowboy boots online.
All right, cool. So ever since I was little, I was kind of like a hustler, you could say. I always sold everything and anything. Actually, in elementary school, um, I got kicked out of and elementary school, like not junior high, like fifth, sixth grade, something like that. Um, what I did was I was getting like just these lollipops, and then getting the Jolly Rancher. Remember the old school ones, the long ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I did is like, well, everybody's selling lollipops anyway, right? How am I going to make mine different and, make a good profit? Everybody's selling for like 50 cents, right? Just the regular lollipops with nothing on there. So one day I was like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a Jolly Rancher around the lollipops and make it like a sweet sour taste. And then what I did is I went at Smart and Final and they bought a big box. And then I put it on the stove and then you melt it around there. And I used to wrap it with like plastic, like, those clear plastics, nice and neat. I sold for like $1, $1.50. So the profit was good.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And that's how I started. I always liked selling stuff. In high school, I used to sell all kinds of stuff too. You name it, weed, everything. Whatever. I used to sell a little nickel bag. I used to sell everything, man. You name it, I used to sell everything. I used to like just selling shit. How to make some money.
I hear you.
Yep. And then I got out of high school and I was like, I want to sell, like Jordans or Nikes and stuff online. It was back in the day. It was like, I don't even know what year it was. It was a long time ago though. Anyway, so I was like, well, I'm gonna try to hit up, like Nike and shit like that. Of course, they rejected me, right? So I started Googling shit. I was like, oh, I want to sell some Jordans, right? And I came across this China website, you could say, and I got into it, and then I was like, well, I'm just gonna drop ship, right? This was like 10 years, more than 10 years ago. I was like, all right, they're bootleg. I'm in the hood, right? So you don't know if it's good or bad. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this shit anyway. I'm gonna start selling shit. You don't know. You're stuck in this little box. Everybody in the neighborhood, you're doing bad shit anyway. So you think it's normal. Everything's normal. All the bad shit's normal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You think everything's fucking normal, like drugs, everything's fucking normal. So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna sell these bootleg Jordans online. Fuck it, it's normal, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
started selling bootleg Jordans online. So the Chinese people would drop ship it from China to my customers and shit. And then and I was like, oh, this is cool, but it didn't feel right, something about it. And then I got into since it was all this drug stuff like this, in my neighborhood, you start listening to all these cartel music and shit. So you start getting into all that, and you see all the people wearing cowboy hats that do that shit. And you're like, oh, that's fucking cool. I want to fucking dress like that and be like that. And then so what I did was I was selling those bootleg Jordans, and then I was like, well, I'll sell those hats. Those look cool, and the boots. I want to, sell them. So I was like, I want to put them on the website. But like, I was gonna put it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Fucking selling boots on this bootleg website, whatever. And then so what I did was I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get this shit doesn't even feel right no more. Like I'm just gonna get rid of this bootleg website, sell a connection, whatever, the China connection, get rid of it and just start selling boots only. This was in 2012. Me and my wife, I already got into it. So I called this boot company, this like Mexican boot brand, and I was like, oh, how many boots do I gotta buy in order to, do an open, have like an account with you guys? Like, oh, you can just order one. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. I was like, fuck it. All right. So what I did was back in the day, the manufacturers didn't have the pictures, right? So what I did, I had to crop. I used to scan the catalogs, crop the pictures, and then drag them on the website. You know what I mean? So you have to scan, crop, upload one by one. The manufacturers didn't have the picture. Like, oh, here's the pictures. Just upload them, drop ship everything, right? And then I went to these American brands now. So I was talking about Area stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I went I went on to them and like, oh, can I open an account? Oh, you have to have a store, right? And like cinch boots when they used to make boots. You have to have like an actual store, brick and mortar. So I was like, oh, okay. So how can I figure out how to open up these accounts with these American brands, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do rodeos and tell them I have a mobile store, right? So I have a mobile store, pretty much. So what I did was just fucking tell what I don't have an actual store, but I have a mobile store. So I wrapped up my old school truck, like the old what's it, Colorado before the Toyota FJ. I wrapped it up. I had a little trailer. Me and my wife used to hustle with me out there. And then so I used to just set up at rodeos, and so I used to send the manufacturer or the brands pictures of my rodeo, my setup. I had a whole tent. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. So they started opening the accounts, right? And then and that's how I pretty much got started. Now I've been doing it for about since 2012. It's been a couple years now.
That's awesome. Yeah, you've grown so fast, and it's really cool to watch. Why did you name it Yeehaw Cowboy? That's a question from Nikos 1000.
That's a good question. Actually, me and my wife were actually in 2012. My daughter was just born. Like, what could we call this? Cowboy boot website. I was like, what do like people generally hear when right, like cowboys, say or whatever on commercials and everything. She's like, and then she's like, oh, yeehaw, right? I'm like, yeehaw. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Let's just do that. We just call it Yeehaw Cowboy, like Yeehaw Cowboy. So we just put that on there. And of course, I spelled it wrong the first time I got the domain. And I was like, shit, I can't spell for shit, all right, for shit, right? I was like, fuck. So luckily, the other, I was like, shit, is the other domain going to be available or not? I was like, oh, fuck, let's just look it up. So then it was available, and I spelled it right this time.
I'm really surprised that it was available too, because I can't believe that it took till 2012 for it to be taken by you, because it seems like it would be like the first thing maybe, but I don't know. Like I feel like the cowboy boot industry is a little bit behind in marketing and technology, and that's actually a question that came from Phil at Hondo Boots. He actually asked me a question about what is one thing the industry can do to grow serious demand for cowboy boots. And it seems like you've done a really good job at that with your website. So what do you have advice for other professionals, I guess, in the cowboy boot industry, if you don't mind to share it?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I strongly recommend to all the online stores, especially right now, that's really kind of, I had one of the best weeks this past week. I'm so surprised. Obviously, but let me just get to that question first. So what I do recommend people is definitely learning how to do Google ads, AdWords and stuff like that. AdWords is kind of pricey now. So the price is a little high. So you might want to just skip that, or you could just go back on it. But it's kind of, the prices, it's kind of, you're paying a lot high price for the conversion, you could say. Also, Facebook ads, really good. Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I just got on Pinterest ads, and you just gotta learn it. There's courses online for like $10. I use Udemy, and it pretty much
nice.
It's the whole secret. You know what I mean? It tells you everything, like how to do everything, and then also just pretty much market in a lot of social media. And instead of selling to them, help them. And at this time, you can't oversell people right now. You kind of just gotta throw it out there to help them more than you'd be like, oh, I have a sick ass sale coming on, come buy my boots. What I did was a little different. I kind of just sent out videos on how to clean their boots. Not everybody has a lot of money right now, but where they just kind of just do videos out there. If you're not good at videos, do writing. You know what I mean? It all depends what you're good at, and just put that out there and help people more than try to sell them. But for sure, Facebook, do ads on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube, AdWords, which is the same thing as YouTube, and just pretty much just do a lot of advertising on there. But learn first. Don't just fucking throw yourself out there, because then you're gonna waste a lot of money. And also, not just do one video or one little clip, because you can't catch everybody in that same freaking video. You gotta do different ones for different people.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed your strategy is very different from a lot of others, and I feel like that could help out the industry a lot. So thanks for sharing that.
Not only that, though, it's not only for like the boot industry. It could be for anybody that has like a store right now. Just go online right now. There's a lot of time to do shit. So You just learn those AdWords and Facebook ads and all that shit.
Yeah, no doubt. I put my first video up on YouTube about cowboy boots because of what I saw in Google AdWords. Like, you don't have to use it just to buy ads, you can use it to see what people are searching for to just figure out what content to make, which is kind of why I make so much like stupid content. Like, some people are like, oh, this is a weird video, but people are asking the questions, so I just put it out there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely for sure. That's what we got to do. And one thing I noticed too, don't care really. You see my videos; they're not the most perfect. You know what I mean? And don't worry about too much of the quality when you're shooting out to the customers. I think they like a lot of people like that real shit. You know what I mean? So I kind of just I do a video. I don't even edit. You know what I mean? I just fucking put it out there and that's it. That's one thing that not to overthink what you're posting and not give a fuck what people actually think either. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
post. Of course, you get your trolls where you're like, ignore them, and then they keep fucking going on. But yeah, cool.
Another question came through from Christabel Lafleur on Instagram. How long have you been wearing boots, and what was your first boot?
That's a good question. It was a little bit before 2012. I was into like the narco music and all that stuff. And my first boot was a El General brand, and it was a. My wife just brought it up. It was like his first boot was probably a print boot. I was like, yeah, it was a print boot. It was a J-toe black, and they were kind of snug. You know what I mean? But I love that shit. So every time I went out, it was like I gotta wear my boots, you know. And that was like 2011. I had my first pair of boots, and then there were the black El General boots and the J-toe. Not the most comfortable. It's kind of rugged in there, you know, but I like the look.
Then last year, you released your own line of boots, the Yeehaw Cowboy, and of course you did the Cayman tail snip toe, you did ostrich snip toe, you did J toes and round toes, and also the wide square toes. And I got into a little bit of a conversation on the Facebook group because this series is called Ask the Bootmaker. But there's like this weird gray area of, are you a bootmaker if you have a factory make your boots? Where do you stand on that? Do you consider yourself a bootmaker?
I don't, to be honest. I'm more of like, I like the way I designed the actual boots. But other than that, I love the manufacturing process, but I'm not actual like bootmaker. You know what I mean? That's a whole different level. I never got into that kind of like custom style boot, but I'm definitely not like a bootmaker. I'm like a boot designer, you could say. And I know the manufacturing process. I know a good boot between not a good boot. You know what I mean? And I know the materials they're gonna use. You know, some boots use pigskin inside. A lot of people don't know it, and then but I do. So I'm not actually a bootmaker, but you could say boot manufacturer designer. You know what I mean? Like the manufacturing process I'm into, and the designing part I'm really into. But making the actual, I'm not a bootmaker at all. You know what I mean?
Yep, I understand. I titled it Ask the Bootmaker because I kind of see it as like a two ways to make boots, because in either way, like, because you designed it, it still wouldn't have been made without you. Like, it's the Yeehaw Cowboy boot brand, and then there's also the people who actually physically make the boots. So it's kind of a weird place to be, and I'm not really sure that I want to change the name of the series yet, but I think I like it. But I was curious where you sort of landed on that topic. So with the boots that you made last year, what is the favorite style that you have in your line? This is a question from H. Viskers.
Yeah, cool. That's the one that the one you have, the snip toe Cayman Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, those.
Love it. This color?
Yeah, that color. Yep.
I love this. This is my favorite one too.
Yeah.
The minute I saw it, I was like, I gotta have that one.
Yeah, alligator would look cool on that snip toe too. That look cool. American alligator, that look cool.
Oh, it would. It would. Oh, that reminds me. We were talking about maybe you doing rattlesnake this year. Is that still happening, or because of the COVID thing, has that been set back a little bit?
No, the skins actually is really hard to get those skins for some reason. I'm not exactly sure. So there's different people that get the skins. Have to get the city's permits, obviously, to import the skins, stuff like that. So I think it's a supply and demand kind of thing. So we're just waiting to get the actual skins. That's when I'm waiting for the most. When I talked to the manufacturer, they told me they haven't got the skin. So what I did is contacted someone else. But they haven't replied back. So as soon as they get them, I'm sure I can just grab the skins from that person that gets them, which is one of the biggest suppliers of skins in Mexico. So
Wow.
once he calls me and I could get it for skins, I could get them from him and then take them to the manufacturer and they could put them on.
That's gonna be so cool. What toe shapes are you thinking about doing with the rattlesnake?
I like that cooler look for sure. Snip toe, square toe's always good. I'm thinking maybe a round toe as well. I think
Mm-hmm.
all the toes pretty much, even the 3X toe that's super pointy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the rock stars really look real cool with that super pointy and the rattlesnake. So I think.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So, speaking of the COVID-19 pandemic, got a question about how that has been affecting your online business. What is that like right now?
Right now, it's pretty good because a lot of people are at home. Uh, but that first week, I took a big hit. I was like March 13th, it started all that shit. I took a
Mm-hmm.
big hit, maxed out all my fucking credit card. It was crazy. I was like, am I gonna still be alive with this shit? I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, right? So what I did was, so actually the brands actually helped me out a lot too with extending like terms and stuff like that. Um, my credit cards also helped me out a lot because the reason why they kind of help me out too is because I don't have extra shit. You know what I mean? That's one thing I think to make it through something like this, you can't have extra shit. It did affect me that first week, but luckily I didn't have no extra shit like fancy cars, fucking. I didn't buy no extra shit. It was just the house, the business bills, and my truck, which is almost paid off in like 2 months. So I'm not gonna even have that no more. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And the thing is, whatever. That's what the companies too. That my credit cards kind of knew that, so they kind of gave me an extra bump on the credit limit because they know I don't have expenses that are crazy. And everything I get, I reinvest it. I don't buy extra shit. I do take like 2 vacations per year, but that's pretty much it. But other than that, I just keep reinvesting. It did hurt me that first week. I took a big toll on my account. But other than that, these past 2 weeks, it's been really good just because all those 10 years I put in on Google ads and Facebook ads and Instagram ads, it all kind of just paid off. I'm getting a good amount of sales because everybody is at home and there is money out there. You can't blame the economy because there's people out there with money still. You know what I mean? You just got
Yep.
to put the stuff in front of them. And
Right.
that's how I think these 2 weeks I've been doing really good. I was I wasn't I was a little surprised. I thought there were going to be lower sales just because people didn't have money, but there's still money out there, and the people that do have money do buy the stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't blame the economy. You could say.
Right. Right. I'm glad it's bouncing back for you. Um, Now, when people are searching for you online or somehow come across your brand and website with Google ads or Facebook ads, you come across as like a huge company that is like the same size as Takova's because you're right there underneath like their ads or above their ads. But how big is your company really? Like how many employees do you have?
It's just basically it's me and then my secretary, and then I have some like one person in like in like in that website called Fiber or Fever where I subcontract to add the products.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much it. And other than that, it's just me and my secretary. And I do make it seem like that. I'm in charge of all the ads. I do all the ads. Like I said, I put in 10 years already. I lost lots of money in the beginning. You know what I mean? But it's just me, my secretary, and maybe one other person that I contract on the side.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's a big company. They call sometimes. I'm like, I think I was just talking to you on the chat.
Oh, that's so cool. It's so personal, though. People must love
It
it.
is, yeah, yeah, it is.
So, got some less serious questions here to take us out. This one comes from Florencio on Instagram. Are there any boot trends that you feel caught on in Mexico before the United States?
Hmm, that's a good question. I don't know. I you know that company Quadra, they
Yeah,
always make all their stores are in Mexico, so it seems like a lot of manufacturers copy them, and their stuff starts in Mexico. You know what I mean? And I feel like they kind of set a trend in a way sometimes, and then they kind of bring it over here and it sets trends. So maybe their styles are the ones that do set trends from out there and bring it here. I think that's the only company.
what are some examples of trends that you think that Quadra has shared and brought to the United States?
Probably the trends will be probably like the Dubai toe style. I don't know if
Okay.
you've seen that one. That was one of their
Yeah.
big, probably the biggest sellers, and now it really hit on this side. But a lot of people do, like you said, the trends that come from them. A lot of people get it from them, and they bring it out here. I know for
Interesting.
sure. Yeah.
Interesting. Speaking of toe styles, got a question from Kyle Ree 03 on Instagram. What is your favorite toe style on a cowboy boot?
You know what? It kind of depends on. I like the snip toe a lot. It kind of depends on the skin that's on the actual toe shape. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Right now, like I have on right now, the American alligator. I have the snip toe style, but then I was like, I don't know something I didn't like about it, so I got the square toe and I love it. So on this
Mm-hmm.
style, the American alligator from Corral, it's like I got the square toe, looks way better than the snip toe style. But like on the Cayman tail, I love that snip toe, the one you got. You know, I love that one. Both colors
Yeah.
though. Yeah, that's probably the one I like the most. Probably the snip toe right now. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Okay, a couple of real quick ones. Is there anything specific to look for in a good boot tree? Andy asks. And you sell boot trees on Yeehaw Cowboy, right?
You know what? As long as they're made out of wood, I think you're okay. I just have the regular wood ones. I think they're called. I forgot what kind of wood they're made out of. They're made by M&F, but make sure they're not plastic. I tried the plastic ones; those shit suck, dude. They just fucking rip off, you know. But make sure they is wood, and you'll be perfectly fine. And you just get your size, and they're good just because it keeps the. I'm flat-footed, so if I don't put boot trees in it, it kind of flattens down in the back part, you know, in the ankle part. It kind of goes
Mm-hmm.
down. So when the boot tree, it kind of keeps its shape. So when I put it on, it still looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? And it keeps it from like getting smaller as well.
Yeah,
Especially if you
okay.
already checked out some boots.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for that. And also, James on Instagram asks, what are the best boot socks that you've tried?
You know what? I don't even wear boot socks. To be honest, I just freaking just wear my regular socks. I don't think you really need. Do you feel like? I don't feel like you need boot socks. I think a boot, if it fits you good and perfect, I think you just put on regular socks. You know.
Yeah, I'm a regular sock wearer pretty much. Unless,
Try boot socks.
oh yeah, I have. It definitely helps on some of the taller boots, or boots with lower scallops because a lot of times the insides will rub against your legs a little bit more. Like on these Hondos back here and on the Niconas, I have to wear boot socks with that, or else I'll get like weird blisters on my legs.
On the
But
top part. That's why, right?
hmm
Yeah.
yep,
Most of my boots. Well, actually, yeah. Maybe 'cause I have skinnier legs, I don't really feel it. I'm not sure. But you got skinny
yep,
legs too. Maybe.
yeah, and that's why I usually don't feel it either. Like today, I'm not wearing boot socks; I'm just wearing regular socks. But on some of these ones, uh, it does get noticeable sometimes.
You know what I think? Maybe because most of the boots I own have that leather lining all around, and actually the inside is kind of tucked in on the stitch side stitching.
Yep,
It's kind of tucked in, so that's probably the reason I never got boot socks. And most of the boots I have the leather lining and have it tucked in.
that does really help a lot. You're right.
That's why I think that's why I never wore them. But I never had that before. That's probably the only reason why.
Question from Tactical Builder here on the live stream right now. Will you make a seven toe? And that was kind of one of my questions for the rattlesnake because I think rattlesnake looks so good with a seven toe.
It does. You're right. That'd be cool. I think seven toes are good. Probably for the rattlesnake because there's so much of a demand, or even the natural color. Coming through the Cayman actual natural color. I think I'm gonna bring all the toe shapes on those two colors just because the demand will be so high for them. I think the seven toe would look cool, So I would have to definitely look into that. But yeah, that look really badass too. I think you
Awesome.
got with rattlesnake and Cayman Nash, you got to bring all the toe shapes. Kind of like everybody would like those colors.
No doubt. Thanks, Chris, for that question. Uh, Another one here from 6EN. Do you guys own Lucchese's? Do you own Lucchese's? I don't have any Lucchese's.
I don't. I tried them on at an event. I don't know Casey. I'm not. I feel like the quality is good. It's just a little bit overpriced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's perfectly fine because they've been around for a long time. Some manufacturers they have to price that much just because they take so much detail into making the boot, so they have a little bit supply, so demand might be high, so they have to overprice those boots just because of the time they take to make them. But I personally don't. I have tried them on, and I didn't really feel the difference of the quality compared to the ones like we carry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel
Yep.
about it. Have
I
you
feel
tried
this.
them on before?
Yeah, I've tried on several pairs of
I think I've seen
Lucchese's.
a video. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they fit nice, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not like $500 or whatever the 1883 is when you could just get a similar boot for half that price. And then you're
Yeah.
talking about the Lucchese Classics, like we're talking 800 to 1,000 or
Yeah.
more for some of
You
those.
tried those?
Yeah, I've tried those on too. And then when you get up there, it's like, if I'm going to spend this much on a cowboy boot, why not just go custom at that point? So I feel like they're in a strange price point for my lifestyle. I would love to own a pair someday, just because it's such a classic brand, but like I'm not in a hurry to.
Yeah. Did you feel? Because when I tried them on, I didn't feel big difference. They actually were a little harder compared to the boots I already have. Like that, because there was no, soft insole in there. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
Did the Lucchese classics that you tried out were they soft inside, like, or just the
No.
leather was just thick? Yeah.
No, it's just a hard leather insole. So they're very traditionally made, which I don't mind. Like I like the hard leather insole and I like the soft leather insole that are in your boots. Like I like both of them. Um, it's just like, I mean, I got a pair of the J-Toe BNVs right now. Like I'm wearing these, and these have hard leather insoles, and it's I think these would go for less than what the Lucchese Classics go for, and you can get them made however you want, like out of El Paso. So it's like sometimes Lucchese Classics or Lucchese's is just like they're just in a weird price point when you could get something much better to fit your needs just overall, you know?
Yeah, I did notice the leather. You know what it is too. Part of the reason they probably have choices of the skins and stuff like that, so they probably get not the higher grade, but they pick one by one. I'm not exactly sure, but I noticed too also there are different like leather, not leathers, but like the thickness of the leather that they put on the shaft maybe might be a little thicker, but other than that, not a big difference though. But I don't
Hmm.
personally own a pair. No. Back to the question.
Yeah, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Thanks for that question, 6Ian. That's all I got. Thank you so much, Jose, for taking this time and doing this live stream with me. I think you brought a lot of value to a lot of people, not only who are looking to buy cowboy boots, but also looking to sell cowboy boots. So that was a lot of good information that you just gave people.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah, man, it's good. Just even like you said, like if you're not even in the boot industry, I think just get on, learn how to do social media. You can't, you're stuck at home anyway. Even if you do have a store, what else are you gonna do? Just bitch and moan about what's going on, like blame the economy, like fucking do something about it. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I just fucking keep going, try to figure stuff out. Of course, you run into obstacles, you get pissed off, and then you're like, oh fuck it, let's do some other shit. But always see what you could do and not focus on what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, chicken once a day. See, we're going back to work. You know what I mean? I do that shit like, this motherfucker's going back to work yet? But it's good to, once a day is good to check it. And after that is focus on how to bring more value, you could say, to the customer, and don't sell them right now. Help them. And then the sales will come after that. You know what I mean? But don't sell right now.
Yeah, amen to that.
Different tactics, man. Different tactics.
Yeah, true that. I love it. Thanks so much, Jose. I appreciate you.
All right, man. See See you later.
Have a great
All right.
day. Thanks
All right,
everybody
buddy.
for watching.